And welcome back. So in this one, I have added on this extra part, which is our scene changer. This is going to be directly influencing the saving of each scene. Whenever we leave a scene, we're going to save the assets of that scene. So let's get back to Unity here. And I had already created a scene changer script. Get that open in Visual Studio. Okay, so let's create an object, which I'm going to call SC for scene changer, and I'll call it North. There's going to be two parts to this. There's going to be the collider, which is going to allow me to leave the scene. So it's going to detect that I am leaving the scene. Let's just give it an icon so I can see it. Let's go with white. There it is. Okay, so if I place this up here, I'm going to add a polygon collider. And let's just reform it. All right, and the second part to this is going to be another game object. And this one, let's call that green. Oh, you know what? The first one, let's go full tag. There we go. And this one is, if I have a place that I can leave this area, it kind of makes sense that I can return to the area as well. And this is going to be the return spot. I want to make sure that it's outside of the collider because when I return here, I don't want to come in and then um, immediately hit that and go back out. So I'm not returning to this spot because that's inside the collider. I'm returning to this spot. So let's just call it return spot. Okay. And I'm going to add my scene changer to this. I have to make sure that's a trigger. And let's go to our scene changer code now. I don't think I need those. I do need on trigger enter to be. And we'll check to see if it's a player. So that is if collision dot compare tag player. And let's say I'm going to need using Unity engine scene management. Don't need any UIs. And I'm going to need a link to the public game object. Let's just use transform. Um, arrival spot. And public transform, not transform, sorry, that's not even spelled right. String destination point. Save. Okay, so I will be looking to see which scene I'm going to as well. So I'm going to probably say public string scene to go to. And now we're going to say nope, scene manager, load scene, scene to go to. Okay, so this is going to be managing where we're going to be going to, but when we get to the next scene, this part here, scene to go to, how does it know where I want it to go to? We need something that's going to be carrying on to the next scene, and since it's player moving, once again, this comes down to our player manager. So public, I'm going to say string scene destination and save that. Okay, not on awake, but on start. I don't think I've done a start yet, have I? Nope, I've done an update. Okay, for start, what we're going to do is we're going to be looking, I can just put this down here. We're going to be looking to be putting the player in a certain position. So I'm going to find, let's say, yeah, so game object, G, equals find, no, object, find, and I'm going to be finding this object. Right? That should be it. Okay. And why don't I just grab, I'm just going to do it all in one go rather than multiple steps. I'm going to say that player instance transform position is equal to, we find that game object, we get a component from it, which will be the scene changer. It's a scene changer. And I want the, what do we call it? Called it the arrival spot. Arrival spot dot position. Here we go. All right, so we have this set up. The arrival spot, I'm going to say it's this. The destination on that, I'll leave it out for now because the first thing I want to do is I just want to grab that, make it a prefab. Now I can go in here and say the destination, so the scene to go to is going to be scene 2. Do I have a space in scene 2? Let me look at my scenes. There is a space. The scene 2, and that was north. I'm gonna make the other one called south. So make sure that you have a really good naming convention when you come down to your game, because you don't want these to be mistaken. Actually, no, because if I go into scene two, um, if I had in scene five, SC South, that doesn't matter, because it's in five. When I go into two, I should only have one of these though. So you shouldn't have your scene changers with the same name. Okay, so if I'm going to that, now I need to go to scene two, save. I'm going to add at the bottom. So this is scene two. But the player's in the middle, but I wanted to arrive here. So prefabs, I'm going to call this south, just as I told it in the other one. And now I want point is SC north, and that's going to be scene one. But oh, I should actually just reset my transform. New set transform. Let's move this down here, and let's just reorganize it a bit. Put you up here, and put you up here. Here we go. Doesn't take too long to set that up. All right, we should have a working copy of being able to change scenes now and going to the right place. We also need to add something else to this scene changer. So we have our scene manager. Where is it? Scene manager. All right. Did I ever make this? Where is it? There we go. Wait. Okay. I need to make this accessible by other things. Means public static SM instance. And in await, instance equals this. All right. Oh, I didn't need to go back to Unity. I needed to go to the scene changer, where I'm going to pull up the scene manager, and I want to save. Why? Oh, right. Save. I set up as private. Now I want to set it as public, and I don't have to send anything in, so just save data. And there we go. So when I leave the room, it's going to be saving the data of that room. And then I do the scene change here, and I pop up in the next room. And the next room should have, let me just make sure I set it up. I am in scene two. So there's some things that I'm going to need in scene two. For instance, I need a, I did not make prefabs of these. So let's go back to our scenes, scenes. And prefabs, the player manager and the scene manager. But I think they're important enough. Let's just give them their own folder. So this is managers. It's player manager in there and the scene manager in there. And there'll probably be a game manager as well. I haven't had a use for it yet, but it will. I do use game managers a lot as well. I've got my right back to scene two. Save. And let's drop in our managers. So we need a player manager to manage the player. We need a scene manager to manage the scene. We've got this, which is our entry point. I've got a character. Let's throw some potions in here. So an item, just drop it over here. And that will be, if I look in resources, items, got a hit point 10. Yeah. So the scene manager, which I don't think I'd set this up before. I did not set it up in the last one. So I'm going to add an element here, and I want to drag the item onto it. And it's not collected. Let's go back to scene 1, because I never set that up in scene 1. Oh, right, there's still some stuff I need to code. But let's just grab a scene manager, and I'm going to say that this is the, where is she? There she is. Nope, she is going down here as an NPC. So the dialogue and the NPC tract. So the NPC tract is, where is it? I lost her again. There she is. And the dialogue that she has initially, um, I'm going to deal with that in a different way. I'm not going to fill it in. I'm going to have it done automatically. However, the elements, I've got 3 potions in here, don't I? I do. Okay. So I have item 1, this one, and this one. Okay. So our things are ready to be tracked. I could do one extra step, which is that when these are empty, the actually, yeah, let's do it a good proper way. Just delete all of that. And I'll go to scene 2 as well and delete from scene 2. Let's just say reset. Revert. Revert. There we go. Scene 2. Save. Our scene manager. Revert. Okay. Always works best when it could autofill itself. So let us find the scene manager. Okay, on start, I want that it's going to go and find, before it loads the data, let us just fill out our, okay, yeah. If, let's do it as its own method. Fill in block, whatever. Bad naming. And check if items dot count is equal to 0, then we are going to let's do a list. So we're going to grab an array of things. I'm going to grab, it's going to be the NP, no, this is the items. So item, Is that the name of what I called it? Item, yeah. Item. Item equal to find, oops, this is going to be an array. So let's go find object, plural, objects of type, and item. Good. Now we're going to say, do it for each, and we're going to be grabbing this. And for each of those, items dot add that means I need a constructor on these. So if I have the, where's the item? This is the item. I'm going to say I want a public item tracking, and I only want to take in the item game object, and it will be the item underscore item object, and therefore item object is item object. Okay. Collected will be false, so I don't need to pass in anything for that. All right. So this will be of type item, and let's just underscore it maybe. And why is the, oh, okay. So items add, we're gonna add the, let's do a new item tracking. And we're just gonna pass in the item dot game object. Okay, as simple as that. Now we also need a constructor on our NPC. So public class, and this is NPC tracking. Nope, not class. Look at me. Public NPC tracking, and I want to take in both the dialogue and I need the NPC. Oops, underscore it. NPC track. Yes. Give me the next one. Yes, thank you. All right. So now we can come down here and do the exact same thing. Instead, this is going to be the NPCs. So if their count is equal to 0, then we are going to fill in the objects of type. This is not item. This will be NPC. Let's change all those out. Now we are going to do NPCs dot add PC tracking. That's going to take in the first thing is the dialogue. So we've got the NPC dot dialogue. The next thing is the actual NPC. There it is. Save. Okay. This should fill our list in when we run the game. think we're ready to do a test. Stay focused. Okay, I want to keep my eye on the scene manager to make sure this fills in. Okay, we got an error. I'll reference an object start. Oh, okay. So, okay, that was empty, so it couldn't find anything. So if that's empty, um, rather than do that, let's just, I'm going to do it the way, because I did shorten this down, but else I should do it the correct way. Game object, let's just call it geo is equal to, and we're going to grab that. Then I can say if geo equals null, return. Now down here is where we use geo. I can put that down here, move that up here. Here we go. Okay, so that should settle that. So it's going to look for the object. If it can't find the object because this might be empty, then it should be fine. All right, back to do a test again. Okay. Okay, and I'm checking the SM to see if this fills in. I've only got one potion, so it should fill the potion. Good, it found the potion, it filled it in. And it should only be doing that. Right, it loads that in before it loads the file. So these will come in and then the file will fill it. It should come in the exact same each and every single time. Let's try and walk down. Okay, let's grab that potion actually. Remember where I put it. Or did I get it already? Where did I put the potion? Did I get it? Where's my managers? Player manager. I do not have the potion. Where did I put the potion? Something went wrong. What is this? Blender is okay. Potion turned off. Why? Hmm. When the scene is loaded, I load the data. I fill in all that stuff. Nothing changed. When oh, hold on a second. I think I know what happened. It's a very simple thing. So here I'm setting active to whether it's collected or not. But false means it's not collected. And that means that this is now false. So I'm setting it to hide itself. I gotta inverse that. There we go. Very quick fix. I could have just changed the naming around to say not collected instead of collected, but that's a simple fix. And we'll hit play. There's my potion over here in the scene manager. He's listed as not collected. So collected is false. So he should remain in the scene. Yep, there he is. And scene manager. There he is in scene manager. On the player manager, if I walk over there, I pick it up. He's now part of my inventory. So just check and see. There he is. Close. Oh, did I never actually fixed that, did I? I never linked that. Prefabs, inventory canvas, exit button, close. No, close inventory is there. Why would it, did I ever write the script for it? Let's just check and see if I actually wrote a script for closing the inventory. Close inventory, destroy game object. Yes, it should have destroyed it. Why not? Try it again. Play. Select our potion. Open the inventory. Let's click the X, which does not work. Inventory panel. Close inventory is there. Why would it not work? Like there's something blocking it. What if I put this up here? Nope. That's not blocking it. Destroy game object. As simple as that. Why would it destroy the game object? The hold on. Nothing works. Something is blocking my inventory panel. If I put this up here, that's not blocking it either. What is going on? I am perplexed. I take everything in the scene and hide everything in the scene. Nothing is blocking this. And the scrolling should be working. Worked in the others. Oh, I know. Stupid me. Okay. I dragged, I pulled that in as a prefab. Usually when I create a, when I create a canvas in here, it automatically creates another object. One that I forgot to create because I didn't come in here and create any canvases, so it was never created. And I need to have a system event, sorry, event system object. But what I'm going to do is that I don't want to have to remember it every single time. The player manager is always there. Um, or maybe finally, this is where I can actually create empty my game manager, because he is actually going to be there whether we're outside of the game in other menus. He will always be there, and menus will always need a system event, an event system. So there's my game manager. I'm not even going. I think I already created a script for it. Let me check my managers. And I did create a GM script. There's nothing on it, but I'll just put it there anyhow. In my prefabs managers, let's. Oh, yes, I do need to add to the script. All right. Because I need to tell the script that public static GM instance. And wait. See if it fills it in for me. Yep. Nope, that's not what I want, because I also want don't destroy on load game object, and we need to ask if instance is null. We're going to do that. Else destroy game object. Okay. So our game manager will now be in every scene. And I created a prefab of it. So let's go back to scene 1. Save scene 2. And in scene 1, I need my game manager. And in here, there's the event system that was created when I was creating those canvases. I can delete it because now I have a game manager with one on it. And we'll save. And let's test this out. Now the scene manager in here, let's see if it fills both of these. So there are my 3 items. Good. There is the dialogue, is the welcome, and there is the name of the NPC. So let us pick up some potions. So pick up potion, and where's the other potion? Up here. Pick up potion. All right. Now we can try and change the scene. When I change a scene, those potion. Oh boy. That these should have been altered when I did that. And watch, if I have a discussion with her, that's not going to change either. And that should have changed because now she's on this one. All right. Forgot about that. I knew that was coming up somewhere. While we are collecting the items and the NPCs in our scene manager, we need a way that the item could actually link back to that list as well. So I'm going to put in here public int scene manager int. I'm going to need that on there, and I'm going to need it on the NPC as well. Where's the NPC? So let's put in public int sm int. All right. And as we are gathering the information about those objects down here in our scene manager, we can do the linking. So I've added it to the list. Oh, I should have an int I equals 0 plus 2 I plus plus And before we do I++, we are going to say that the item dot scene manager int equal to I. I should be able to, oops, put that there. And then reset I down here. Grab the two of these down here. But this time it's going to be the NPC. There we go. So now they have links when I make a change in one of them. So for instance, the item, when I collect it, this is where I collect it. I need to make a reference. So scene manager dot instance dot, this is items, and this is sm int. So I'm getting the specific one. So the sm int dot collected equal to true. And now the scene manager is updated. So when it saves the data, it's got that updated data. Now, I don't do that on the NPC. I do that in the dialog. Nope. Dialog panel. And when I am about to, so when I change this, so if I have a next dialog, I want to make sure that the sm.instance dot NPCs, and now I want to find this NPC who's talking dot sm int. Okay, and I want to set the dialog to dialog next dialog equals dialog next dialog. Save. Okay, that will update our dialog, and the item, this will update our item in the scene manager. Now we have information that we can save, and we also have an error. Why, who, where, I. It's supposed to be in here. Is that it? Yeah. That was it. Save. Go away. Play. Okay, so our scene manager, we'll watch him fill in. There we go. And as I pick up my items, there we see the changes happening in the scene manager. And now let's leave the scene, and it should save that. So leave the scene. I'm in a new scene. There's something that popped up. Should be capturing when there's, what? There can only be one event system. And it's there. Did I create another one here? Oh, okay. So that error there, not sure how to get around it because I have the event system on the game manager, and when the scene starts, there's two game managers, but one is deleted immediately, but not before it gives this. Now, it's not a real error, it's just a warning. And the warning goes away because, see, I deleted it, and we only have one event system. All right, but she did not go to the right place. She was supposed to find SC South. I believe that's what I put in there. So copy. And go back to the first one. And North is trying to look for SC South. Oh, I should have checked my player manager to see if that, I don't think that actually filled it in. I never did that. So our scene changer saves our data, moves us to the next scene, but never does it dot scene destination is equal to our destination point. Save. So that was never passed into the player manager. And if everything's, all right. Notice everything disappeared because we had already previously saved that stuff. And I should be able to go to her, but I don't think I talked to her. Welcome to the game. Thank you. Looks like a nice game. Move along to the north. Okay. But it shows that our load and our save worked. Let's go up here, and I did not appear in the right place. I don't know why. Huh. It should have found this. My player manager should have set me up in the right place. Let's just make sure it did find it. Player manager. Let's stop the game first. And player manager is going to say if it's equal to null, return or do this stuff. And let's find out geo dot I think I know what's going on. Let's ask another question. If instance is not equal to this, return. So if the one that's starting up, okay, it should never get to start. It should destroy itself in a wake and never get to start. But still, what's happening on the player manager? Let's see what happens on the player manager when we go through our scene. And her dialogue should be updated in the save file as well. So our scene destination, I'm gonna move up here. Got my player manager selected, yeah. SE self. So when it came in, it should have looked for that. Oh, and by the way, I noticed that the inventory was empty, even though I picked up those potions. The player manager could have its own save system as well, which will be very useful for saving games. And it will save the inventory. All right. So obviously that is filled in. So obviously it should find a game object. Geo.name. Debug. Log. Geo.name. That comes up no. What's happening is that the player manager is running before that object is created. Oh, hold on. I think I know what's going on. And yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, I know what's going on. This ran at the very beginning when this object started. Problem is when this goes over to the next scene, it's not starting. It had already started in the previous scene. So this is never going to run in the next scene. I need something that's brand new to the next scene to run this, and we can rely on our player. So our player does not have a start. So let's create a start, and we're going to take all of this, cut it all out, move to the player, paste it in here, just go back to here and get rid of that. I still want the scene destination in here though. Save. All right, but now I need to access it. So that's a player manager dot instance dot scene destination. And once it finds it, it'll do whatever it says to do. Because the player is a new object, the player will start. And when you go ahead to do the save system for the player manager, it's going to be the exact same kind of stuff that you've done for um, the scene saver. Okay, so I walk over here, and voila, she is there. I'm going to grab the potion in here, and I'm going to go back to the first scene, and I know the potions are gone, and she should be at go to the north. I'm going to go back to the north. That potion's gone. We now have a system that saves the scene states and allows us to um, flawlessly move back and forth between scenes with objects and NPCs updating. Now, I had created another scene called Reset. And let's, in Reset, I'm going to grab the game manager. I don't need anything else. And in here, I'm just going to create an empty game object. And let's just call this Reset object. And this is just for my testing. And it's kind of a manager. So in scripts, I'm just going to put this in here and call it Reset Scene Data. Oh, yeah, of course. Compile. The power of code compels you. And drag that onto here. Okay, so he's going to need a few things. I'm going to have him using Unity Engine scene management. Also going to need a using system.io. I believe that's it. Oh, why did I add that on player? Remove it. Delete. Save player. That is going on to managers. This. Paste. All right. No update. When we start, I'm going to say if file dot exists, I need that path from my scene manager. Let's go and grab that. Where was it? Turn away. Copy and let's put it here as a string. So if that file exists, now it's going to be looking for a specific scene name. This is the wrong scene. I need scene 1 and scene 2. For that, I just need to research to find out, can Unity C# get a list of all the scenes that are in the build? All right, so let me just start typing this out from good old Unity Answers. And I need a list of string called scenes, and it's going to be equal to, oh, yeah, new list of strings. Next, for each, and the collection is okay. That's not coming up, which means I'm guessing I'm going to need using Unity. Hold on one moment. sorry that there was no audio on that, but you can see what I was doing. It's the I just had a call from overseas, so sorry about that. Why is this? Oh, I never finished that. Right. So for all of I had to add a Unity editor as part of my script. And then in the editor build settings, I'm looking for all the scenes. And so editor build settings scenes, and I start as a scene, and I just get the scene path. That should work, and that should give me a string of all of my scenes. Now, I can use that to create, to wipe each scene if there is a file associated with that scene. So now I can say another for each loop. This time I'm grabbing the scenes. There are strings, and I can just call this scn. And now all of this goes into my loop. And here, instead of all of that, I have the scene name. So before I go doing any of this though, I just want to find out debug log scn. Did I snc scn scn so scn. I just want to see what's going to happen when I run this. Now this guy never needs to be in the build, so I don't think I did add him to the build. Let me just check. He's just there for when I'm testing. Yeah, see, he's in the build. I just remove him. Remove. Goodbye. All right. And there's scene one, scene two. Now they're going through all of this asset scenes, scene one. I don't need that. And that's scene two dot unity. I just need its raw name. So scene dot name. Can I do that? No? What are some of the things that I can do with scene? Dot path equals get type compared to enabled get type grid path to string. I wonder what that does. Let's see. If that's our name, that would be perfect. Like if I said game object to string, I think that would give the name of the game object. I'm not sure without using dot name. We'll see. Fingers crossed. And oh boy. No. Yeah, see. Nope. So to string, no good. Path. I mean, I could extract the name out of that, but I don't want to have to go through all of that. So what were the options again? Let's go from the bottom. Nope, can't go from the bottom. So what did I have? ToString, this bottom. GUID, get type, equals, enabled, here to. No, nothing. I gotta get the entire path. Well, hold on. Dot path dot trim, uppercase, lowercase, character, colon, clear, property, empty, equals. Can I just get just the name? Hmm. I can do. Somebody has get. It's a path. Right. Um, no. Okay, how did it do that? No, let's go back to what it was before and save, and let's just run that again. I need to split it twice. Yeah, so let's play. And what do we have? We've got our, so I'm going to split by, I'm going to say, stop that first. I want to get, got the path. No, I want string array split one equals scene dot path dot split. The split is the character is the that. Do I have to do this? That should do it. Okay, and string split 2 is equal to split 1 0. No, I need the last thing. The last thing is 1 0 1 2. So 2. This is very specific to your folder structure. 0 1 2. Yeah, 2 dot split, and this time I am splitting using a full stop. And this time I want to add split 2 0, the first thing. Okay, that should work. Obviously, the tutorial is finished since I had everything done. This reset part is just an extra part, which when you are building your game, you need a lot of these kind of tools that help you to get things back to normal. Okay, so scene 1 and scene 2, and that is perfect. Good. Those are the names that I need to use in this. Get rid of that. So that name of SCN, there we go. That'll work. Now I look for that path, and if the file does exist, I'm going to do some stuff. So if the file exists, let us, well, file.delete path. There we go. That was simple. Just have to put that up here. No need for that. All right, so I'll delete the path. And I'll move on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, if it finds a file. And once I've done all of those, I then want to, let's put in a variable here, public string scene to, no, I'm just going to use it as a resetter. I just run it, stop it, and then go to whatever scenes I need. All right. I shouldn't even need a game manager in this, but whatever. And it should have reset things. Just run it and it should reset the entire thing. Let's go to our scene one. And I should see 3 potions appear. And her dialogue should have gone back to normal. And there, I've got my potions back. And if I talk to her, yes, welcome to the game. All right, so that has completed everything that we had planned, plus some extra stuff, that basic scene changer and the resetter. So that is it. That's the end of this series. I'll probably be putting out a beginner's one, which will be teaching the basics of sprites and Unity, and maybe some very beginning coding stuff. I want to put out an intermediate and maybe an advanced one later. And that is it. Enjoy the rest of your time.